Why do we often find ourselves standing in the way of our own success? It's a perplexing phenomenon that many of us experience, yet few understand. What if I told you that the very act of self-sabotage is not merely a flaw in our character, but a reflection of our deepest fears, unresolved conflicts, and the shadows lurking within our psyche? Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, believed that our unconscious mind plays a significant role in shaping our behaviors and decisions. He famously stated, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This profound insight invites us to delve deeper into the reasons behind our self-sabotaging behaviors. Consider this. Every time you procrastinate on a project, undermine your own achievements, or push away opportunities for growth, you may be acting out of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, or even fear of judgment. These fears often stem from past experiences, societal expectations, or internalized beliefs that we may not even be aware of. Jung emphasized the importance of acknowledging these shadow aspects of ourselves, the parts we often hide or deny. Self-sabotage can manifest in various forms. It might be the perfectionist who never submits their work for fear of criticism, or the individual who sabotages a promising relationship due to a deep-seated belief that they are unworthy of love. Each act of self-sabotage serves as a defense mechanism, a way to protect ourselves from the discomfort of facing our vulnerabilities. But what if we could transform this cycle? What if, instead of allowing our unconscious fears to dictate our actions, we brought them into the light of consciousness? By doing so, we can begin to dismantle the barriers we've built around ourselves and pave the way for personal growth and fulfillment. In this exploration, we will uncover the psychological underpinnings of self-sabotage, drawing on Jungian concepts and real-life examples. Together, we will embark on a journey to understand why we sabotage ourselves and how we can reclaim our power to create the lives we truly desire. Self-sabotage is a term that resonates with many, yet it remains shrouded in mystery for most. Why do we, as human beings, often act against our own best interests? This question is not just a psychological puzzle, it is a profound inquiry into the nature of our existence and the complexities of our minds. Understanding self-sabotage is crucial because it affects every aspect of our lives, from our careers and relationships to our mental health and overall well-being. Historically, the concept of self-sabotage has been explored through various lenses, from psychology to philosophy. In the realm of psychology, figures like Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung have laid the groundwork for understanding the unconscious motivations behind our behaviors. Freud introduced the idea of defense mechanisms, suggesting that we often engage in self-destructive behaviors to protect ourselves from emotional pain. Jung expanded on this by emphasizing the importance of integrating our unconscious selves, arguing that self-sabotage often arises from a lack of awareness of our inner conflicts. Philosophically, the struggle against self-sabotage can be seen as a battle between our higher selves and our baser instincts. Thinkers like Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of the will to power, the drive to overcome obstacles and assert oneself in the world. Yet paradoxically, many of us find ourselves retreating into self-imposed limitations, allowing fear and doubt to dictate our actions. This internal conflict is not just a personal struggle, it is a universal human experience. The implications of self-sabotage extend beyond individual lives. In a society that values achievement and success, self-sabotage can lead to a cycle of disappointment and frustration, not only for the individual, but also for those around them. Relationships suffer when one partner consistently undermines their own happiness, and workplaces can become toxic when employees fail to recognize their potential. The ripple effects of self-sabotage can be far-reaching, impacting families, communities, and even entire organizations. As we delve deeper into this topic, we will explore the psychological mechanisms that drive self-sabotage, examining how our past experiences shape our present behaviors. We will also consider the societal pressures that contribute to this phenomenon, from unrealistic expectations to the fear of vulnerability. By understanding the roots of self-sabotage, we can begin to dismantle the barriers that hold us back and cultivate a more authentic and fulfilling life. In the following sections, we will unpack the core concepts of self-sabotage, drawing on insights from psychology, philosophy, and real-life examples. Together, we will embark on a journey of self-discovery, aiming to illuminate the shadows that often dictate our choices and empower ourselves to break free from the cycle of self-sabotage. At the heart of self-sabotage lies a complex interplay of psychological mechanisms and deeply ingrained beliefs. To understand why we sabotage ourselves, we must first explore the core concept of self-sabotage itself. It is not merely a series of poor choices or a lack of willpower. Rather, it is a manifestation of our internal struggles, fears, and unresolved conflicts. Self-sabotage often stems from a fundamental fear of failure or success. This paradox can be perplexing. How can we fear success? The answer lies in the expectations and responsibilities that accompany it. For many, the thought of achieving their goals brings with it a fear of change, increased scrutiny, and the pressure to maintain that success. This fear can lead to behaviors that undermine our efforts, such as procrastination, perfectionism, or even self-destructive habits. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow is particularly relevant here. The shadow represents the parts of ourselves that we reject or deny, our insecurities, fears, and flaws. When we fail to acknowledge these aspects, they can manifest in self-sabotaging behaviors. For instance, someone who has internalized the belief that they are unworthy of love may unconsciously push away potential partners, sabotaging relationships before they can truly begin. This behavior is not a conscious choice, but rather an instinctive reaction rooted in fear and self-preservation. Another key concept is the idea of cognitive dissonance, which refers to the mental discomfort experienced when our beliefs and actions are in conflict. When we set goals for ourselves but engage in behaviors that contradict those goals, we experience dissonance. To alleviate this discomfort, we may rationalize our self-sabotaging actions, convincing ourselves that we didn't really want the goal in the first place. This rationalization serves as a defense mechanism, allowing us to avoid confronting the deeper issues at play. Moreover, societal influences play a significant role in shaping our self-sabotaging behaviors. We live in a culture that often equates success with worthiness, leading to a fear of judgment and failure. The pressure to conform to societal standards can create a toxic environment where individuals feel compelled to hide their vulnerabilities. This fear of exposure can lead to self-sabotage as a means of self-protection. To break free from the cycle of self-sabotage, we must first recognize and confront these underlying fears and beliefs. This requires a willingness to engage in self-reflection and to explore the shadow aspects of our psyche. By bringing these unconscious fears into the light, we can begin to dismantle the barriers that hold us back and cultivate a more authentic sense of self. In the next section, we will delve deeper into the real-life implications of self-sabotage, exploring how these concepts manifest in our daily lives and the psychological perspectives that can help us understand and overcome them. Through storytelling and relatable scenarios, we will illustrate the impact of self-sabotage and highlight the importance of self-awareness in breaking free from its grip. To truly grasp the implications of self-sabotage, we must examine how it manifests in our everyday lives and the psychological perspectives that illuminate its roots. Self-sabotage is not merely an abstract concept, it is a lived experience that affects our relationships, careers, and overall well-being. By analyzing real-life scenarios and psychological insights, we can better understand the pervasive nature of self-sabotage and its consequences. Consider the story of Sarah, a talented graphic designer who consistently misses deadlines and underperforms at work. Despite her skills and potential, she often finds herself procrastinating, overwhelmed by the fear of not meeting her own high standards. This fear leads her to submit work that she knows is below her capabilities, reinforcing her belief that she is not good enough. Sarah's self-sabotage is rooted in a fear of failure, but it also stems from a fear of success. What if she actually succeeded, and then had to maintain that level of performance? This internal conflict creates a cycle of self-doubt and underachievement, ultimately impacting her career trajectory and self-esteem. In relationships, self-sabotage can take on a different form. Take the example of Mark, who has a pattern of dating individuals who are emotionally unavailable. Despite his desire for a loving and committed relationship, he often finds himself drawn to partners who cannot reciprocate his feelings. This behavior is a manifestation of his fear of intimacy and vulnerability. Deep down, Mark believes he is unworthy of love, so he unconsciously chooses partners who validate that belief. Each failed relationship reinforces his self-sabotaging narrative, leading him to withdraw further into isolation. Psychologically, self-sabotage can be understood through the lens of attachment theory. Our early experiences with caregivers shape our attachment styles, influencing how we relate to others and ourselves. Individuals with insecure attachment styles may struggle with self-sabotage as a way to protect themselves from perceived threats to their emotional safety. For instance, someone with an anxious attachment style may push away a partner who expresses interest, fearing that closeness will lead to abandonment. This behavior not only sabotages the relationship, but also perpetuates feelings of loneliness and unworthiness. Moreover, societal pressures can exacerbate self-sabotaging behaviors. In a culture that glorifies success and achievement, individuals may feel immense pressure to conform to unrealistic standards. This pressure can lead to perfectionism, where the fear of making mistakes paralyzes individuals from taking action. The irony is that the very pursuit of perfection often results in failure, as the fear of not being perfect prevents individuals from even trying. This cycle of perfectionism and self-sabotage can lead to burnout, anxiety, and a diminished sense of self-worth. To further illustrate the impact of self-sabotage, consider the phenomenon of imposter syndrome. Many high-achieving individuals experience feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, believing that their success is a result of luck rather than their abilities. This belief can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors, such as avoiding new opportunities or downplaying achievements. The fear of being found out as a fraud can be paralyzing, causing individuals to undermine their own success and potential. Breaking free from self-sabotage requires a multifaceted approach. First, it is essential to cultivate self-awareness. This involves recognizing the patterns of behavior that lead to self-sabotage and understanding the underlying fears and beliefs that drive them. Journaling, therapy, and mindfulness practices can be valuable tools for gaining insight into our thoughts and emotions. Second, we must challenge the narratives we tell ourselves. This involves reframing our beliefs about failure, success, and self-worth. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our abilities, we can learn to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Embracing a growth mindset allows us to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. Finally, building a support system is crucial. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who encourage vulnerability and authenticity can help us feel safe in expressing our true selves. Sharing our struggles with trusted friends or seeking professional guidance can provide the support needed to confront our fears and break the cycle of self-sabotage. In the next section, we will explore the lessons and takeaways from our analysis of self-sabotage, providing actionable wisdom to help individuals reclaim their power and create a more fulfilling life. By understanding the roots of self-sabotage and implementing practical strategies, we can begin to dismantle the barriers that hold us back and embrace our true potential. Understanding self-sabotage is the first step toward overcoming it, but knowledge alone is not enough. To truly break free from the cycle of self-sabotage, we must translate our insights into actionable steps that empower us to reclaim our lives. Here are some key lessons and practical strategies to help you navigate the complexities of self-sabotage and foster a healthier relationship with yourself. 1. Acknowledge your patterns. The journey to overcoming self-sabotage begins with self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your behaviors and identify patterns that may be holding you back. Journaling can be an effective tool for this process. Write down instances where you felt you undermined your own success. What were the circumstances? What thoughts and feelings accompanied those actions? By acknowledging these patterns, you can begin to understand the triggers that lead to self-sabotage. 2. Explore your fears. Once you've identified your patterns, delve deeper into the fears that underlie them. Are you afraid of failure, success, or vulnerability? Understanding the root of your fears is crucial for dismantling them. Consider seeking the guidance of a therapist or counselor who can help you navigate these complex emotions. Engaging in self-reflection and open dialogue about your fears can illuminate the unconscious beliefs that drive your self-sabotaging behaviors. 3. Reframe your mindset. One of the most powerful tools for overcoming self-sabotage is reframing your mindset. Instead of viewing failure as a personal flaw, see it as an opportunity for growth. Embrace the idea that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. Adopting a growth mindset allows you to approach challenges with curiosity and resilience. When you encounter setbacks, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective can help reduce the fear associated with taking risks. 4. Set realistic goals. Perfectionism often fuels self-sabotage. To combat this, set realistic and achievable goals. Break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate your progress along the way. This approach not only makes your goals feel more attainable, but also helps build confidence as you experience success in incremental steps. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. 5. Practice self-compassion. Self-sabotage often stems from harsh self-criticism and negative self-talk. Cultivating self-compassion is essential for breaking this cycle. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend facing similar challenges. When you make a mistake or experience a setback, remind yourself that it's okay to be imperfect. Practice positive affirmations and challenge negative thoughts by replacing them with constructive and supportive messages. 6. Create a supportive environment. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals can significantly impact your ability to overcome self-sabotage. Seek out friends, family, or mentors who encourage vulnerability and authenticity. Share your goals and struggles with them, and allow them to hold you accountable. A strong support system can provide the encouragement and perspective needed to navigate challenges and celebrate successes. 7. Embrace vulnerability. As we've discussed, vulnerability is often at the core of self-sabotage. Embracing vulnerability means allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all. This can be daunting, but it is also liberating. Start by sharing your thoughts and feelings with trusted individuals. Engage in open conversations about your fears and aspirations. The more you practice vulnerability, the more comfortable you will become with it, ultimately leading to deeper connections and a greater sense of self-acceptance. 8. Take action. Finally, the most crucial step in overcoming self-sabotage is to take action. Identify one small step you can take today that aligns with your goals. Whether it's starting a project you've been putting off, reaching out to someone for support, or simply acknowledging your fears, taking action is a powerful way to break the cycle of self-sabotage. Remember, progress is made through consistent, intentional steps. In conclusion, overcoming self-sabotage is a journey that requires self-awareness, courage, and commitment. By acknowledging your patterns, exploring your fears, reframing your mindset, and embracing vulnerability, you can dismantle the barriers that hold you back. The lessons learned from this exploration can empower you to reclaim your life and pursue your goals with confidence and authenticity. In the next section, we will wrap up our discussion with a final thought that encourages self-reflection and inspires you to take charge of your journey toward personal growth. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration into the intricate web of self-sabotage, it's essential to pause and reflect on the profound implications of what we've discussed. The journey of understanding why we sabotage ourselves is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is a deeply personal and transformative experience. It invites us to confront our fears, embrace our vulnerabilities, and ultimately, to reclaim our power. Self-sabotage is a universal human experience, one that transcends age, gender, and background. Each of us has faced moments where we've held ourselves back, whether through procrastination, negative self-talk, or avoidance of opportunities. These behaviors often stem from a desire to protect ourselves from the discomfort of failure or the fear of judgment. Yet in our attempts to shield ourselves, we may inadvertently create a prison of our own making, one that confines us to a life of unfulfilled potential and unrealized dreams. Carl Jung's assertion that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate, serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of self-awareness. By shining a light on the shadows of our psyche, we can begin to dismantle the beliefs and fears that fuel our self-sabotaging behaviors. This process requires courage and honesty, as we must confront the parts of ourselves that we may have long ignored or suppressed. As you reflect on your own experiences with self-sabotage, consider the following questions. What fears have held you back from pursuing your goals? How have your past experiences shaped your beliefs about yourself? What would your life look like if you embraced vulnerability and allowed yourself to take risks? These questions are not meant to elicit shame or guilt. Rather, they are invitations to engage in self-discovery and growth. In embracing vulnerability, we open ourselves to the possibility of connection and authenticity. We learn that it is okay to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to seek support from others. The act of sharing our struggles can foster deeper relationships and create a sense of community, reminding us that we are not alone in our experiences. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a strength that allows us to connect with others on a profound level. As you move forward, remember that overcoming self-sabotage is not a linear journey. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, but each step you take towards self-awareness and growth is a victory in itself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and be gentle with yourself during moments of struggle. The path to self-discovery is a lifelong endeavor, one that requires patience, resilience, and self-compassion. In closing, I encourage you to take a moment to envision the life you desire. What dreams have you put on hold due to self-sabotage? What steps can you take today to move closer to that vision? Embrace the journey of self-exploration and allow yourself to be guided by curiosity rather than fear. Remember, you have the power to rewrite your narrative and break free from the cycle of self-sabotage. As you embark on this journey, I leave you with a final thought: the only limits that exist are the ones we impose on ourselves. Challenge those limits, embrace your vulnerabilities, and step boldly into the life you were meant to live. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and exploration into the complexities of self-sabotage. If you found value in this discussion and are ready to take the next steps toward reclaiming your life, I invite you to engage with this community. First, if you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like it and share it with others who may benefit from these insights. Your support helps spread awareness about the importance of understanding and overcoming self-sabotage, and it encourages others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. Next, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel for more content focused on personal growth, mental health, and self-improvement. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on future videos that delve into topics designed to empower you and help you navigate the challenges of life with confidence and authenticity. I also want to hear from you. In the comments section below, share your thoughts on self-sabotage. Have you experienced moments where you held yourself back? What strategies have you found helpful in overcoming these challenges? Your stories and insights can inspire others who may be facing similar struggles, creating a supportive community where we can learn and grow together. Finally, remember that the journey to self-awareness and personal growth is ongoing. Embrace the lessons learned, be kind to yourself, and take actionable steps toward the life you desire. Together, we can break free from the cycle of self-sabotage and create a future filled with possibility and fulfillment. Thank you for being part of this conversation. Let's continue to explore, learn, and support one another on this path to self-discovery. Until next time, take care and keep striving for the life you truly deserve.